The Joburg Mayor Dada Morero is briefing the media on the current state of water supply, and we're told the technical issues have since been sorted. Let's now listen in.
The seventh day. Now I must explain it so that you don't get confused. To get the levels high, it means we need another 7 days. But we are saying to you, over and above, we are going to try in the next 2 days to switch off other areas at night to try and push the water to reduce that 7 days. That's what we're going to try. And then I'm asking you not no. That's what we're going to do to ensure that we have water. The second part, what we are going to do, the second part we're going to do, we are going to provide 15 water takers immediately. No. Let's have a meeting. You raise up your hand at the right time and you say no and you make your point. And when you say no, you also propose a solution. The intention here, we are going to work together to find a solution together. So when you say no, you give me a solution. Then we move on. You make a suggestion, we move on. I'm giving you what ourselves and Joburg Water have discussed and what solutions we have found. And I expect you to then, if you say no, that solution is not working, I've got a better one. This is the solution. We will look at it so that we don't fight. We find a solution together. So that's what I'm reporting from the discussion that ourselves and water has had, so that we ensure that there's no interruption of water post the 7 days. And there's a lot of work that we must also do in that 7 days, that post the 7 days there's no interruptions. Because the reality is that the infrastructure, which is the water infrastructure in what they call a commando system or something, has been badly affected and badly damaged, and it requires refurbishment. We have since, as the city of Johannesburg, put aside a budget of 800 million focusing on this area so that we resolve once and for all the water challenges in your area. There are people who have not had water for over a month in this area. So we want to resolve this thing, but by working together with you as communities. So we have made that commitment. So that's what we're going to do, but I'll also allow the CEO to give you even more technical response to what we're trying to do to restore water in these areas. We've got at least 3 areas in Johannesburg that are badly affected. Westin, and this area here, and Ivory Park. Those are the 3 areas in the main that are adversely affected, and we are going to try and resolve the situation in these 3 areas. So may I then request the CEO just to give a report about how we are resolving this thing, and maybe if it comes from him, we'll also understand that he's a technical guy, he's an expert in the water situation, he understands the environment much better, but the commitment we're making as the city is that we must give provision of water in this area, and we are going to do so. Sibo.
Thank you very much.
So thank you
very much, Ian, for the opportunity to brief the community members. My name is Morero, Managing Director of Johannesburg Water. I think in my brief. I'm going to, at high level, just start by indicating to you, committee members, why do we have this problem. The main issue that we have is that the bulk infrastructure for this area is insufficient. That's the root cause. It's insufficient in the sense that for this area to get sufficient water, the overall system, this is the overall system for the city of Johannesburg, overall system of Gauteng, it needs to be very healthy. When I say healthy, the upstream reservoirs levels need to be very good. Then we'll be able to get water coming through the commando system, simply because the bulk infrastructure is insufficient. It is for this reason that in the past few years, when the city realized that we have this major challenge of bulk infrastructure here, decided to invest in the bulk infrastructure in this area. We currently have projects that are happening on the ground to resolve this problem permanently. These are the projects where we were building a reservoir, Brixton Reservoir, and Brixton Tower is a 26 megaliter reservoir and 2.2 megaliter tower, which we are aiming to complete by end of next month. The second one, it's an issue where we're installing, The next one is an issue that we are installing a 4.5 kilometer pipeline ranging from 600 meter to 1,000 millimeters a meter from the end point of rainwater coming into the area, so that we're able to bring the necessary volume that is required in this area. These projects is coming together with 2 pump stations, and I'll explain why 2 pump stations. These projects that I've explained just started recently, is currently at 10% construction progress, and is going to be completed in December 2026. Above that, the 2 reservoirs, we have 3 reservoir complexes. The two reservoirs that are in one complex, Hestel Reservoir, which Hestel 1 supplies this particular area. Both reservoirs, Hestel 1 and Hestel 2, need attention. They need to be refurbished. And for reservoir that supplies this area, Hestel 1, we are going to refurbish it, and the plan is to appoint contractor by November. We'll start refurbishing that, and it will be finished in October 2026. And that's why the reservoir is on bypass, because it cannot be able to supply the area. And of course, the Hestel 2, which will supply the other area linked to this, we have appointed contractor, and the work should be starting in the next few weeks. We are currently finalizing the paperwork. So all these projects that I've indicated, these are the projects that are going to resolve this problem permanently. Because, as you are aware, we've been battling with water supply in this area. This is the project that the city is investing 800 million. And the reason is that the system as it functions now, it relies upstream on the levels. When things are difficult like now, when demand, it's outstripping supply, basically overall in the entire Johannesburg, including the broader Gauteng, the usage for water is much higher than what the system can be able to bring. This is why we've been appealing to everyone to reduce demand. Unfortunately, the system that suffers most is this one where we are, simply because it's got its own weaknesses of insufficient bulk infrastructure. Other areas that are supplied from the same system, a broader system, whether it's Soweto, Greater Roodepoort, Greater Randburg, even though the demand really dropped the reservoir level upstream completely, you'll find that other areas, they still get water sufficiently, simply because those systems operate correctly, they have sufficient bulk infrastructure. It is for that reason why we are doing this investment. So going to the next part to say, what are we going to do to try and recover this system? All the systems across the whole city are interconnected. So we are going to be intensifying the issue of throttling other systems so that we can be able to improve the levels upstream. We need to get the level upstream improved. When I say upstream, is the level for reservoirs upstream going back to our bulk supply, so that those levels, when they are up, the necessary volume that's required will be able to come through here. The problem is why we don't get necessary volume and sufficient pressure is because the reservoirs upstream, they are very low. And we need to be closing during the night, specifically all the other systems more intensively, with the view of in the next 7 days, each day must be better than the previous one through that particular system. And it's a system that we believe, as it has helped us in the past, whenever we have this kind of situation, it should be able to help us so that we stabilize the system. I must indicate community members, because I've heard that as we're interacting throughout, that residents are thinking that the situation that resulted into this unfortunate issue that we are dealing with is throttling. It is not throttling. If there's anything, residents that are supplied from Hestel 1, we don't throttle Hestel 1. Simply because it's on bypass. You throttle the reservoir. What we need when we throttle, we are throttling to have overall reservoir levels going back even to our supplier to improve so that we can get water into this system. Throttling, we do it mainly to assist system that battles that we know, which commando system is one of them. And as we do that, we'll also be able to improve the Brixton Reservoir, which is also part of the commando, which once we improve it, we're able to push bit of volume from that other system coming through this particular area. So this is the intervention that we'll be implementing, and we'll be working with the ward councillors around the issue of water tanker that the mayor have indicated, to make sure that there's good coordination, to make sure that all the necessary area that have been agreed, that water tanker will either we must place stationary tanks or water tankers must pass through there. It's happening on daily basis in this period while we are busy stabilizing the system. I'll stop here, MMC. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Executive Mayor and the MD. Okay. Colleagues, I think you would have listened to what the EM and the MD have said. Again, from what they were telling, you can get a sense that they are not speaking about projects that are happening and those that are about to happen. So it's no longer about theory of how we're going to solve this problem, but I think there's a plan in both short and long term. There's a work undergone through now Brixton and Crosby. There's also a work being done also that side. So I think now is the time for that interaction, time for hands. We'll start with 10 hands. I'll point you with a number, then hold your number, then until number 10. If your point has been covered, don't be shy to say that you've been covered. Then let's move to the next one. Are we clear? You'll be number 1, my brother, number 2, number 3, my sister, you'll be number 4, you'll be number 5, you'll be number 6. I'm also coming. Oh, okay. I said we're number 6 then? 6. You'll be number 7, my brother, the man. You will be number 8, my sister, class. You'll be number 9, and you'll be number 10 with the blue t-shirt. Then I think let's start with the one and come in. Can you come forward one by one, those that have been actually pointed out? Yes, we can keep this one. Where is the try to put the mic here?
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you to everybody here today for the situation of the water that is brought out here again. Yes, it's very great to hear that they are going to work on the things in Manasi every day. They are working on the water. There must be work to be done every day upon this water here. We can't continue like that anymore. But yes, we will keep, from my side, I would say, 8 days. From 8 days, everybody must come here. And also, I'm asking that the mayor and all the people must come, bring papers. Every person in the community, everybody, this is a community. Everybody know what happened to the mayor, what the mayor is saying. Now, my biggest thing is here, what I'm going to say quickly. Sorry guys. The only thing I want to say is that the policing that are here from the province, the police, how you shoot down people like this? Yes! You cannot shoot down people like this. You can't do that. And how you are going to say, don't be out of community, you will make cases. It goes nowhere. But we are saying to you, the policing, you still want to be in our communities. You're going to close that police station. Shoot anyone in 1 month every day. Shoot out people again.
Okay, people are standing here today. I feel very bad for all of us that have water crisis. Right, I thank the mayor, I thank the CMO that he made this solution today. But I hope, please, I want to address Mayor, our elderly people that in the old age home have got no water. If you people can reply to the old age people, that is my main concern. And I also want to ask staff not to shoot on our people. I agree with my brother. I was here yesterday. I confronted staff. Why are they shooting our young children? And the man came to me yesterday. He was shot with another bullet, one went to the daughter. Please, that must stop. We don't want no shooting in our area because we suffer with the price of water. Yes, my councillor, are out in the middle of the night when there is problems. These people bear with us. After trying to please mayor, the concern we wanted from black and white. Thank you.